Here, this is it.
Huh? But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with before?
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. I call it the suspense. It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener's subconscious, soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia, its potential.
Whoa, what a cool gadget! We could have come to Mount Outsong right off the bat and...
How preposterous. Had Yuendai not recalled much of her past through her own efforts, we Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one...
Paimon thinks she...
As previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism. Once secured such a tune from...
Whoa, Paimon can feel what you mean! Paimon's body...
And you, Yuendai. It appears she has already succumbed.
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Please. Please, no. Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew, perfectly straddled betwixt the realms of heaven and earth. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny! Granny, are you a...
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have...
Wait, did you just call her by her full name? You already knew each other?
Yes. I know. Granny, please don't cry. Oh, don't worry, my dear child. I'm so sorry, everyone. You've gone to so much trouble. It's all come back to me now.
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience.
No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered. Shuyu, everyone, I cannot think.
Please, Granny, don't force yourself. What happened in the past doesn't...
I know, dear child. Some time ago.
Is this the sin that you mentioned in Jueyun?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for... I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom. Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out her tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings, and time gradually...
50 years ago?
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt of becoming an adeptus like her, but I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on. She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would
Oh no. So that was the source of your...
Was it because of... Indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared. I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away. Those 10 years passed by in a flash.
Oh no. What happened next?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead and asked someone to... I was convinced that she would not support my decision, but that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were...
Granny!
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence, Master?
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world, and
one still remembers when you were but a fledgling, you possessed a certain fondness for one found you with such ease every time.
Wait! Paimon's confused! So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again?
Perhaps it is... One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses. Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter! In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner. As an exorcist, his talent was lacking. One could hardly say his skill with sigils was any better. But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness. Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to wishing to grant you a life without regrets. One gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of... As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one eventually decided. One took great care to alter one's features and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did, as one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. You showed not even... One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated this... Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter. if you are amenable, even considering your loss of memory. One was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you would have been lost during the night. Skyward! Stray clouds converge! Skyward! Skyward! Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly remains. Said godly remains, in turn, one was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard and to see you happy. That was more than it. Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait! But if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale. Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, when one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature. It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, you and I was nearly entirely pure. Perhaps fate... Now all has been revealed. One owes you an apology, you and I. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them.
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you...
One has never regarded your action as a mistake. When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elder to let them fly free. Yet, when your wings grow weak, 'tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. Home, nest. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode.
Thank you.
One expects you too have sent 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. though one used one's own blood to provide you with a few decades of... Even the power of an Adeptus has its limits. Had your condition continued to deteriorate, fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your...
So, what's...
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane.
She's gotta go back to being a regular...
Master, I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness.
Granny? Please don't leave, okay?
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only regret is don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take...
I promise.
Good girl. Good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny, I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise.
That's a good girl. I'm so sorry, Master.
Shiryu.
Let her be. At her age, tears are a necessary part of maturation. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give...
We would see each other again, that our days of separation would finally end, and all my troubles would be behind me. Things could stay this way forever.
A nightmare? Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up. eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Grilled chicken drumsticks. Was Paimon sleeping just now? Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks.
Madam Adeptus?
Oh, Shuyu, you're awake. How do you feel?
I feel... Madam Adeptus?
Oh,
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong, but without that mistake, even though Granny lost her memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me. I could become a cool Adeptus like you, and help a whole...
upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus.
Shuyu, are you? Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing. But if you join them, you'll never enjoy Wanmin Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So,
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location that is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor.
Whoa, you're leaving Mount Outsong?
One has never concerned oneself with the location, yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor, Ganyu, Shenhe. One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that one is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain. Why are you all so...
Paimon is, just a bit shocked that...
One has precious little time to squander. However, one will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care...
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret. So, when can...
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
Seems like you've really thought of it. Then how about we meet up and Leo
A sensible plan. See. Oh, also, why don't you take this suspense insomnia mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should.
Awesome! Thanks! Hey, didn't we promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out? Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you.
Wherever in this world I roam,